Hello. So today is Saturday. I was not able to update again throughout the week because I wasn't reading enough really to update. So today, as of right now, I am on page 359. I want to say I have about 20 more minutes to read. I do keep falling asleep, that's why I'm updating now in case I forget, because I know I will. So far, things are still building up. We're still, getting to that conflict and like setting things up and seeing where are we, like what is happening, like what is going to be the conflict, and the people that are going to be involved. The thing is, so far I feel like we're sort of following a little too many people, or maybe I'm just confused because I do read this over a course of a few days, and sometimes only read a little bit, like I'm taking it too little at a time. That's why I kind of have to like remember where I left. So that might be me as well. But I mean, the thing about Game of Thrones, when I read like A Song of Ice and Fire, the series, I watched the series first, the first season first. I think that really helped me like get to know the characters. So when I started reading the books, I wasn't confused. I feel like I would have been, I hadn't like watched the first season, so that I just get to know the characters and just have like an idea in my head of what how things were gonna go. And so for this one, it is kind of getting a little confusing for me. Like I don't know who's in the south, I don't know who's in the west, I don't know who's in the east. I just know that we are following these different people, and they're from south, east, and west. But I don't really like, oh yeah, this person is south. I don't know. But these people are in the south, these people are in the west. I don't know. But still, we are following a group of people, and I get that. But sometimes I get confused, like, wait, who is this person again? Which is expected. Story wise, it is so complex as expected, and I'm so glad. Like it's a standalone fantasy, okay? And we're still world building, we're still learning about the history, because the thing is, we are introduced to the fact that the history might have like two, maybe even three different versions. So that's very interesting to see. And so we are learning about those two to three different versions, and we're also learning about the world now, and the players and the dragons and what happened before. As I said, history. I'm really enjoying it so far. I do have some struggle, but I think a good part of that is because I'm reading it quite slow. I keep falling asleep while reading it, which is so annoying. Anyway, I am updating today, but I will not be uploading this the right week. Today is the 12th of October. I will not be uploading this tomorrow. I will combine this with the vlog that I will be making next week, because I'm for sure I'll just spend the rest of the week finishing this, hopefully. So today I'm just planning on reading a little bit more, maybe get 50 more pages in, 30 more pages in before I stop, and then continue the rest tomorrow. Hopefully, I will be more than halfway through, because right now I am at page 259, not even halfway through, so I do need to do that. But so far, I think I'm doing really good. I mean, I only have what, 2 books left for this month for my TBR, which is, it's, yeah. But yeah, that is it for this week's vlog, which I will be including this tomorrow. I mean, to the next one. I'm like half sleepy, and my eye, like my left eye, is swollen. It's like, I don't know what happened, but I woke up this morning and it's like swollen and it hurts. I probably should have put makeup on today on it on that side, but I feel like I'm gonna look weird if I didn't. So I have mascara on my lashes. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, you can definitely see that it's quite swollen, but it does hurt quite a bit. I don't know what happened. I'll see you guys in my next update. Bye. Welcome to the new week of weekly reading vlog. I noticed that I have not been doing that because I always update at like the end of the week. So welcome to this week's. Anyway, today's Sunday. I have made really, really good progress with Prior the Orange Tree. I feel that, look at it. I have completely almost erased part of Orange Tree, the Orange Tree text. Like, I hate when that happens, but like, I guess that's how books are made, printed. I don't know. But right now I'm on page 516. I will be stopping here for tonight. Hopefully by Wednesday I will finish this, because I know Monday I won't really have a lot of time to read. Tuesday a little bit more, Wednesday too. So I have about 300 pages left, and so I probably will be able to finish it by Wednesday. hopefully. So yeah, I the first, like, yesterday, I think I was at 200, maybe 300 pages. And so at the time, we were still building the story up. And so not a lot was happening yet at that point. So I was just like, I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely like, an epic fantasy, very layered. There's a lot of perspective, but now I'm definitely getting used to different perspectives. We are getting more. We don't like get like the same amount of like story for each, but right now, as things are escalating and things are starting to like converge and make sense, and you can see where the story is going. So I'm very excited to see where we're gonna go. I'm so like, looking at it at my phone. You can barely see the word orange now. Like, I'm so sad about that. This is my personal copy. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it so far. Like, epic fantasy. I actually had to put on like fantasy soundtrack music so that I'll be like focused on reading it and be like into reading it. I usually will not be able to read when I have music on, even if it's like instrumental, especially if it's just piano, because I'll be thinking about how it's played and stuff like that. But I think the music helped kind of put me into the epic fantasy mood. So I was able to read a lot more and get a lot less distracted. In a way, I knew I was procrastinating because this is such a long book. It's quite intimidating, and nothing was really happening so much. So nothing was happening at the around the time, like the first 200, 300 pages. So nothing was really like pushing me to want to read it. But now things are happening and I don't want to put it down, but I have to because I need to sleep. I have work tomorrow. It's Monday tomorrow. So that is it for today. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm so proud of myself for doing reading as much as I did today, because I haven't read that long in so long. So yeah, I will see you guys on my next one, on my next update. I will see you guys in my next update. Hopefully tomorrow, probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. To finish it. So yay for me. Hello. Today is Friday, and I finished reading Priory of the Orange Tree yesterday. And I started reading Stargirl today and actually finished it today as well. So I did an update yesterday when I finished Priory because I wanted to take my time to really kind of trying to find an angle where it's not messy. Hold please. So I did an update yesterday because I needed time to kind of absorb everything that happened. Even now, I still feel like I haven't really fully absorbed everything that I've read, which is partly my fault again because I read a little bit too slow, and I feel like it's the kind of book that you have to binge read and try to read it in like as little sitting as possible. I can't talk. Anyway, so I obviously rated this a 5 out of 5 stars. By the way, look at my book. It has completely faded. The blue part is completely from the text. I'm sad about that, but whatever. Anyway, moving on. The middle part I found a little slow. And that is, I feel like it's because we're building the story, we're building up everything and setting everything up for the conflict, and so I was just like waiting for things to happen, and it dragged for me a little bit, but I think this is really personal, and I think coupled with the fact that I was reading it over a couple of sittings, and I was just like taking quite a bit of time to finish the whole book, and it's just one book. I think that's part of it too. That's why it felt a little bit slow for me, but it was amazing. It was epic. I really loved it. I was afraid that when I finished this book, or by the ending, I would feel like I needed it to be a full series. I don't really. Like, I can definitely read more from this world and, get more books from, like, how or what happens in the after. But for the most part, I am satisfied with this book. And I wish, the only thing is though, I don't really, again, I'm not really wishing it to be a series, but, it would be nice to get a few more books here. Not because I'm lacking. I feel there's something lacking. It's just that I want to read a little more from this world because it's amazing. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Rated a 5 out of 5 stars. We'll definitely try to get my thoughts together a little bit more around wrap up time. I have time. So I finished reading Stargirl. Where is it? Let me go get it. Hold please again. Okay, so Stargirl. Stargirl is my favorite book of all time. It's like my favorite. I read this when I was in high school. I think I was in my third year or second year around that time, maybe fourth year. I don't know. But back then I would be considered in like 10th, 11th grade here, not necessarily in high school because we had a different curriculum back then. Anyway, so I was 14, 15, maybe 16 when I read this, and I got really emotional reading this book. I definitely forgot quite a few things over the years. Like, I thought they were like 12, 13-year olds. No, they're in 10th grade. So they're like 15, 16. Anyway, I like going in, I knew I was gonna be emotional. Like, I was already emotional because this book really meant a lot to me. I wish I read it like years ago when I was like 12 or 13 around that time. The whole book just, it's short. It's 160 pages, so I finished it in one sitting. Well, sort of in just one day. And I was crying a lot around the middle because I realized a lot of things. And the thing about this is Stargirl is about this girl named Stargirl who moves into this town in Arizona, in Mika, I don't know how to say it. And she's different. She dresses differently, she acts differently. She doesn't follow the norms of, people in society, and she shakes up this whole school and she affects change in everyone pretty much. And you just see how people start reacting to her. And I resonated a lot with her back then, but then I realized as I was reading the book that I was also her schoolmates, her classmates. And I was also Leo, the guy that we're following here. It's in his perspective that we're following the story of Stargirl. And I just there was just a moment of clarity and just realization, to be honest, reading the book. So it was really emotional. I don't want to get too in up into it because it's gonna get like really emotional, but yeah, that is that for today. I realized I actually returned to Best the Boys, which is part of my TBR. So I actually borrowed the ebook from my library, so I have it on my phone, so I will be reading that. I also borrowed Sadie in audiobook form, and I also have to pick up the 10th Girl from the library. So I will try to read those for the rest of this month because I finished pretty much all my TBR except for to Best the Boys. At this point, it's only the 18th, so I have a couple of days, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, I will update you guys tomorrow on To Best the Boys as I read it. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello. So I have started listening to Sadie by Courtney Summers. I don't know if that's the right name, if that is the name of the author, but I am at 60%, which is really nice. Great. I have just been cleaning my room and coloring for my anxiety. So that has really been great because it's kind of helped me kind of come down. So anyway, I'm really enjoying it so far. I am so interested to see what's going to happen next because if you guys didn't know, Sadie is about Sadie. We're following her story, sort of. She lost her sister and she decides to start investigating about what happened to her sister, or try to exact revenge towards the person she thinks killed her sister, because her sister was murdered. And we're also following a podcast person. I don't know what you call it, but the host of a podcast who is investigating what is happening or what happened to Sadie, because Sadie has gone missing, and at the same time we are following her. We're kind of tracing her footsteps as the podcast host is uncovering what she has been doing. And so it's very, very interesting, and the audiobook has a full cast, which is also really nice. I don't really listen to audiobooks a lot. I think I've listened to like two, maybe three other podcasts before, and not a whole book out of it, I don't think. So I think having like a full cast is really nice because you really separate these characters, and I don't know, it just feels a lot more rich. So I've been really enjoying Sadie so far, and this week has been great because I finished 3 books this, 2 books this week, and I'm at 60% of Sadie. Definitely, am gonna finish that tomorrow. And yeah, it's been such a good week this week. So hopefully this means that I'm out of my slump and I'm finally refiguring out my schedule for the days that I can actually have time to read and have the space in my head to be calm and read. So, yeah, that is it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on next week's vlog. You check out my other videos here. Yeah. Bye.